just named it Crepuscular. Well, she named it that because if you look at it in the morning, it looks one way, and if you look at it in the afternoon, it looks differently, and to look at it around this time of day, it looks different again. So in the morning, it looks the same as it does in the evening, but in the middle of the afternoon, it doesn't look like much of anything.
So it's called
Crepuscular.
Yeah. So active at the twilight and
At dawn and twilight.
yeah. And what was going through your head when you decided to make it?
I don't know.
You just
These,
decided,
when these things happen, you just kind of write them down. Sometimes it's in a fog of smoking and drinking and sitting on the back porch, and that'd be great. And you make a sketch of it, and then come back to it later and say, oh, what was I thinking? That's terrible. And other times you can't get it out of your head, and so you do it. Like that one over there, that bugged me for weeks until I finally did it.
the white?
Yeah, those are ellipses.
Yeah.
And my high-tech tools for making the ellipses was a pencil, 2 screws, and a piece of string.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that makes sense.
And that's it. Those are my high-tech tools. I have very little in the way of power tools.
Was there any particular like inspiration for this?
Yeah, it fit the space.
Just to fit the
It
space?
fit the space. I was looking at the space and said, what would go there? And I thought, oh, that looks interesting. Dorothy wants to get little cars to put on it.
I think that would be fun.
And matchbox are too big, so we have to get something smaller than that. It'll last through the winter, and then it'll be torn up and thrown away.
What's the reason for just making this seasonal art, making it temporary?
I had a cousin who was a very good artist, and he had a mural at one of the local colleges in the cafeteria, and they painted it over. And I said, aren't you sad that they're painting over your mural? He says, no, all art is temporary. And I took that to heart and realized all of this is temporary. Like flowers are temporary, art is temporary. I mean, we're used to seeing things in museums that live forever, but art is pretty much temporary.
Well, let's walk over here though, because this one here, you've had this one for years.
Yes. This is called 25 Lines. What I did was over a period of time, if you look, there's groups of 4. This has a little bigger dividing area here, groups of 4. And what I asked is people who would come over for a party, I would array in front of them 32 different colors. And I would tell them, I want to know who you are today by the colors that you pick. The first color is the most important of the 4. But those 4 colors will tell me who you are that day when you do this. And then I gave them a little slip of paper and they did the 4 colors on them. And then it's what you see here. So without 25 people, the sculpture would not have happened.
But that's been there an awfully long time.
Yeah. It's
So
weathering.
this is a lot less temporary than the other pieces that you have.
Yeah, it's a little more substantial. The
Yeah.
one over there outdates everything. That's the oldest one, but that's built on 3/4 inch plywood. The rest of the stuff is, laminate, really, subflooring, which is really, really, really cheap.
Yeah.
And most of the other stuff that you see back here, the red and let's walk over there. Depending on where you're standing, this is totally different. Not those two, but this one. And I never had a name, but if you look at it right now, the only name that makes sense is fishing.
Fishing?
Fishing. Look at it. Do you see it?
If I stand over here, yes, I do get it. I see the fish. It's It's facing downwards and the tail is rising up above the waves.
But if you go over to the side, it makes no sense whatsoever.
Right, it's very positional.
Take a look at that and tell me what you think. There's a particular name to that one.
What?
Is it time to go? Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I was thinking interlaced fingers, but
Could be.
I get it.
There are no wrong answers.
Yeah.
Just let me show you one more.
Okay.
This is dental in the future.
Yes. That one I think is a mouth in anger, maybe.
This is called, are you going to badmouth me?
Yes.
And when I cut out pieces of other sculptures, I'd end up with all these odds and ends pieces of wood.
Mm-hmm.
And so they've been sitting there. I just wondered what it was going to do. This was pieces that went to that sculpture over there. That
The moons?
yeah, that's called How My Bad Eye Saw the Moon. And before I had cataract surgery, that's How My Eye Saw the Moon. Half moon. So I had all these excess pieces. You just do what you can with them.
Yeah. Very nice. Thank you for showing me all this. I appreciate it. These are
There were
fabulous.
4
They're so
other
colorful.
sculptures out here earlier this year that I decided that they were falling apart.
Yeah.
They were actually splitting and
Yikes.
degrading and falling apart. That one's one of them. That's my prairie schooner.
Ah. You know what? I was looking through the monitor here and I saw the wheelbarrow and I thought that was a suitcase.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. It could be whatever. Well, thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. Thanks for
pleasure.
letting me do that without asking.
That's
I
okay.
appreciate it.
I had
All right.
people come up to the fence and look in and say, what the hell's going on over there?
Is that an
Which is
extension?
actually what I want them to do. Like,
Good.
what the hell was
I appreciate it. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.